Okay. Are you gonna turn off? Okay, good. It is working. Why is that on? Oh, gee. Yeah, 5 minutes early. Because I thought I was going to take some farting around to get this stupid thing to work. And I'd rather be early than late. Don't worry, I'm not going to start proper until it's actually 4. Hello. How's everybody? Oh, it got pushed back again. I've been keeping an eye on our weather, which keeps threatening, like, thunderstorms, which usually means risk of power outage. And I'm like, really? And I thought that was gonna happen on, like, Wednesday. And then it got pushed back. And I thought, okay, it'll be on Thursday. Then it got pushed back, and I'm like, darn it, it's going to Friday. And then it got pushed back again, so by the time this stream is done, we'll probably be out of the woods. Alrighty. Oh no. This chat isn't even moving all that fast. OBS seems to think that my volume is fine. But if I need to be louder or quiet, do let me know. Yeah, it's pretty warm out for me. We had something like a tornado in the middle of a field. Like a couple weeks ago. So it's not messing around much in the wind department lately. Hoosies. Not gonna start proper until 4, which is in a minute, and so I can pull up my stuff. Where do I got it here? Okay, that's good enough. And there it is. What up, y'all? Shoot, y'all be getting rain. You got give me half your rain. Give it to me. It has been wind and dry, and that's a recipe for fire. I wouldn't mind the thunderstorm if it came with actual rain this time. Sure, make all the flashy you like. Okay. Oh. Alright, so we'll do some soft Q&A. I got 3 questions on the Patreon, which I will handle relatively soon-ish. I'm gonna let folks pile in a bit. Maybe I'll field a few Q&As before we go and do trivia, because I actually have it now. It appears as though OBS gets along with my computer quite nicely. Let's hope not. There's always a whole bunch more buttons every time I do this. It appears it's as though everything is still working. It's giving me a little bit of the business. Trivia. Yeah, I do trivia. Usually 3 trivia to get 3 drawings that are of dubious quality because I have to do them pretty quick. I ask a trivia question, and then the first one who gets the answer wins the doodle. And after I'm done with the trivia, I ask for the doodle requests. That has been the I don't know, funnest way I've come up with trying to do like art requests on stream. There's probably a better way to do it, but I don't know what it is. Anyway, the trivia isn't always just no evil trivia. I will do random, like, scholastic trivia, too, just to keep it a little more, varied. I usually have, like, 1 no evil trivia, and then some picky-choosy from 2 very different fields. That's usually been my going, logic for those. Like, I'm assuming that on some of these people are just kind of doing a Google search, and that's fine. I'm on the internet. I know what's up. If you happen to have it off the dome piece, then you're gonna be faster. I love this show so much. It is so strong how you push through and keep uploading. Most videos of the side crumble by now. Well, thank you for saying so. There's a lot of planning that goes in for that. The fun stuff is only about 50%. Oh yeah, that is an important thing to mention. For most of your questions, I've been like, I know the answer, but forgot how to spell it. I'm pretty lenient with spelling because I am a moron when it comes to spelling. So if I know that that's what you were going for, I'm gonna go ahead and let you have it. Because it would be kind of mean of me to all of a sudden be a spelling stickler. Like, within reason, obviously. Hello, I am late. What's happening? I'm letting people tumble into the stream. I'll probably answer a few of the Q questions from the Patreon. There's only like 3. And then I will do trivia questions for doodles. Alrighty. Why don't we go ahead and start with some of these questions? Alright. Catherine Kemi, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, asks, are there real world animals in Skurosi like cows and whatever, or is everything a cryptid? Okay, so most things I'm gonna try to make a cryptid equivalent. Like, I am actively attempting to do that every time. And much of the time I can pull that off. Sometimes I just can't find a good equivalent in cryptid version. So, it's just gonna be a regular thing. It's usually stuff like that, really small beings like bees and birds and fish. I was like, yeah. Some of them, there's you can make a tiny creature and it is a cryptid, but like cryptids on the whole are like larger than life, so it's tough to find like the little animals. Alrighty. Just the Blueberry asks, what animal is the golden one based off of? My current guess is golden lion tamarin. Okay, for those of you who are not aware, the golden one is a named character that has not been named in the show yet, but has been named in a comic. And it's not a big spoiler. So they guessed golden lion tamarin is this golden one, and they are correct. That is what I was going for. So yes, good job. Answered in one. Alright. As Turl asks, is Bill based on Wild Bill Hickok? If so, does that hint that he might be a love interest for Calamity? Alright. First of all, there's a little bit of Wild Bill Hickok in Bill. This is true. There's a lot of different Bills in Bill. There's so many Bills. Oh my gosh. And as far as love interest, I typically don't do shipping. So I'll go ahead and just kind of put the kibosh on that. I was like, if you want to ship people, like, I don't care. But, it's something that you really have to convince me that I should be doing in order for me, like, yeah, alright, I'll do that. So, this time around, not really. Foils, maybe. Alright, and those were my 3 questions. Whee! Okay. League of Morons are ready to go. Whee! I hope I win this time. I hope everybody wins. I don't know if I have enough time in the day, though. I'm excited to learn about the pyramid walking things. I'm excited to talk about them. Love what you've done with Corn's character. I'm excited very engaged with the personal story you're trying to tell with his arc. I hope I can pull it off. Thank you for noticing. Love No Evil has gotten me through some tough times. The story and characters are awesome and it's so easy to lose yourself in. Well done. Well, thank you. I hope it continues to uplift. I don't know what the Cartoon Network thing is. Hope snakes aren't cryptids, they're rogue hula hoops. Just because they're goofy doesn't mean they aren't cryptids. That's part of what makes them that way. The same Wild Bill from Green Mountain. I have not read that, so I don't think so. Unless, like, an actual historical figure was mentioned in the Green Mile. I don't know. That's Stephen King, right? I haven't read much. I don't think I've read anything by Stephen King. Hello, how are you? I'm fine! I'm going to keep comic spoilers a little bit lower. That one was just like so esoteric that I'm fine, but I'm gonna like, I'll let folks simmer with the comic a little bit before I start spoiling things. I don't keep up with the news. No! The chat is running away with me. Toasty is an understatement, not excited for the 120 summer. Ah! Yeah. It hasn't hit 100 yet where I'm at, but it's looking like it's gonna be one of those for us, even up north. Hope we get more horror elements in further episodes. You do them in such a natural way. Yeah, probably that there are things that will qualify as horror. Probably. I like horror. I haven't watched much, but the stuff I watched I've liked. So are we gonna get closure on blue and white? Eventually, yes. I will try to get closure for most things that I bring up. Or die trying. Where do I find the comic for this series so I can catch up to speed? Well, I got 2 comics that are available for purchase at the moment. That are not 100% necessary to understand what's going on. It's just like fun extra. Well, they're not needed, but they're on my website in the shop section. Jankily programmed shop section, because due to the nature of my new computer, I can't use my web editing software that I was used to, so I have to learn a new one, and I probably have to remake my website again, which I've been putting off. Not a great idea, but like, it's there, it just looks stupid. Have you thought of redoing that thumbnail with updated designs? I'm not entirely sure which thumbnail you're talking about. If you mean the one for the channel, probably not. Not unless I like super want to. If you ever chose to read a Stephen King, I recommend The Long Walk. Okay, cool. Like, I just said, I like horror, and then I also said, never read Stephen King. Okay, a lot of the horror that I have consumed has been strictly anime. So, hanging a lantern on that. Blue is fussy. It's inspired by Wizard of Oz and will be a horror element. Yeah, a little bit. In a way, I love how I feel like Baum never quite grasped that his stuff was still a little bit horrifying. That our sensibilities have changed so drastically. Because Baum's whole, like, deal was, we should give children things that aren't terrifying and responsibility-inducing. I'm gonna write something fun for them. And I guess kids just really like horror, though. So, they just don't like being lectured at, necessarily. That's probably what he was going for more. Have you ever played Deadlock? A friend of mine mentioned that one to me. Have not played it. I've very little Vigigame experience in general. Most of them have been very, very casual. Like things that don't require me to push buttons well. Usually choice games like Slay the Princess or whatever. Yeah, I like the way I like my way my website looks. It's just that it's coded a little silly at the moment. I'll just have to tweak it a bit. And the chat skipped ahead again, and I have lost my place. Oh, the one on stream in the background. Well, I mean, maybe could. Something with more of the newer characters. Wouldn't be bad. Wouldn't go awry. Honestly, what I should do is do proper actual stream cards. I've just kind of been using wallpapers that I'd made a long time ago. And I'm like, oh, OBS lets me do more stuff now. Like when I first got OBS, it was pretty bare bones. And I'm like, oh, okay, I know how to use this thing. And I don't know how many years ago that was. And it has since been like updating and adding fun features that I have completely not noticed at all. And I'm like, oh, I can do that. I wonder if I can fade in and such. Like I see actual streamers, I'm like, oh, there's a finesse to this that I'm not utilizing. So yeah, probably should have this whole thing. I like the stupid wallpaper, so I'll probably keep it for like when I'm talking at folks, and then make a second one for like be right back or something. I was like, I'm about to start pretty soon, kind of a thing. Like beginning and end cards, like what folks normally have. Like some of Stephen King's Stephen King, he has a reputation, and he has, I don't know if he is good or ill, but he has a strong and distinct voice, evidently, which is something. Like, it doesn't necessarily have to be your cup of tea, but that to be able to have a unique execution of your vision is still something of note. And when he was popular, that was what, like, super, like 30 years ago was when he was big. And, like, you know, bit of a fad thing that went down there. Are we ever gonna see the missing fourth part of the Tail Like Tuna Fork? Yeah, probably. Look, if I've set something up, I'm probably gonna get to it. It's just that it takes a really long time to animate this stuff. And I do like misdirection. Misdirection is fun. Realize it's almost been full year since the last episode. Yeah, it's been a while. And of note, I am literally sitting on like 2 episodes that are technically about complete in the animation department. They just need to be sound designed. And then the one that comes before it is not quite as done animated and also needs to be sound designed. And then there's one that's come after that that I've gotten a good chunk of done. So I've been doing them. It's just that I have a really large roadblock in the way. And as you probably may or may not know, I was asking for new help with sound design, and I found some folks that are gonna give it a shot. So those should be coming along relatively quickly. They'll probably work on the ones that are just like done, which are the 2 episodes after the next one. Funny how this works. So yeah. I expect I'll do a shotgun blast. Been making plushies of your characters. Cool beans. Glad to hear it. Any characters of New Evil heavily based on your friends? Kinda, sorta. Like, people I know are in a lot of the stuff. Not like 1-to-1. Cause that wouldn't make any sense. There's gotta be a little bit of deviation. Or else they won't make sense in the location that they're in. Alright, I keep losing my place in the chat because I go scroll down and then it starts going. Fond of, right there we go. Fond of Lovecraft. Haven't read Lovecraft. Again, I probably should. Given that I like Japanese horror, I should try some Western horror. Sometimes I wish New Evil could have been a novel so it doesn't take as long. You say that, but I have dyslexia. I had a theory for 34 episodes now. This title sums up a major part of the story. New Evil is stating that there aren't any real villains in the story, true villains in the story. There are only people either working at cross purposes or misguided people who are wrong for various reasons. Yeah, I like to keep it pretty complex, I guess. It's a little bit more fun. Not to discount genuine selfishness that is in characters in the show. That is absolutely a thing. Any shop updates coming up? I love the Jackalope keychain. I usually try to do my big old thing around Christmas for the shop stuff, the Etsy shop. The TeePublic is always going. Is always just there because it's an print-on-demand t-shirt thing. But my Etsy stuff is stuff that I have to dedicate time to, and it was just a bit more cohesive to just like do it, like start it in October and then go. Can't imagine No Evil is anything other than a web series as part of the charm. I don't know if I started animating if I didn't have the No Evil. Well, that's cool to hear. I hope it's going well for you. Also, I like to design things for the medium that they're in. Gotta take that medium very seriously. That's why adaptations are tricky. Curious if you want to adapt Brother Swan comics into animation or even change some of the story in the future. Probably not. Brother Swan's probably stuck where it's at. I don't know if I have the notes for it anymore is part of the issue. And you thought I was complicated now, but like when I was writing that, I was all over the place. Messy, messy. Oh, okay. So they've added a new shtick where they're like translating in the middle. That's why the chat is giving me weirdness. Oh, okay. Might be considered something similar for this video. Well, thank you. Well, what? How do you cope with being dyslexic? It's held me back my whole... Well, it's mostly, I have the problem is mostly with the numbers. It's the numbers half that I have difficulty with. And like, I think I might have brute forced it a little bit when I was a kid. It was obviously an issue when I was a kid because I was doing stupid stuff like things would be backwards and I wouldn't like, what's wrong with it? It looks fine. But like, I probably said this several times, I wasn't allowed to watch TV when I was a kid. So my entertainment had to come in the form of books. You know, eventually, so like, desperate child wanting some kind of entertainment and TV's off the table, you read books and you powered through it. And so like, just like like pushing through and forcing yourself to read the thing and enjoy the story probably did a lot of heavy lifting. I'm not sure that dyslexia should be necessarily brute forced, but I definitely did. It mostly just affects my ability to spell. And I can't do math fast, like at all. Just, it's not gonna happen. I gotta go at a leisurely pace. Because the numbers start doing cartwheels in my head when I start trying to do it. Okay. Brute force. Yeah, a little bit. You can do a lot of things if you're a child that is determined. Mud had vitamins in it, totally. Oh, I have to go. It's 8:30 here in Australia. Keep doing what you're doing. Oh, well. I hope you enjoy the rest of your night, if I've missed you. Anywhoosies. Why don't we move on to the trivia? It's been a half-hour Q&A. That's good. Okay, so I'm guessing folks weren't here at the very beginning, so let's do a rerun of the rules of the trivia game. Okay, so. Oh, good grief. So with the trivia, I will be asking 3 trivia questions. And when I ask them, when you wait for me to say go, You must give me your answer. And the first person, after I've said go, to give me the correct answer, will get a doodle request that I will draw on stream. And I will get my winners, and I will copy them into my little Word doc here. And at the end of the trivia game, I will ask your doodle requests in order. Okay. And you can answer and win one. And if you've already answered and won one, you do not win any more. I want 3 different people. That's fair. And again, I'm not going to be really persnickety about spelling as long as it's relatively phonetic. And I understand what you said. Because obviously I don't spell very well, and I think it would be silly for me to require you guys to spell very well. Yes, my Word doc is very tiny. Okay, now let me get this out of the way so I can actually see chat. Okay. Alrighty. Let's get started, shall we? And I'm hoping that none of these are a repeat of last time. I actually did not see if these were repeats. I think this was the one I prepared before my computer went. Alright. If they're reruns, like, who cares? Anyway. Alright. The first question. The large, pumpkin-headed skeleton that Angel brings to life has a name. What is it? Go. The large, pumpkin-head skeleton that Angel brings to life has a name. What is it? Go. And we have a winner! Omega Division Brahm. Got Brahm, it looks like. Okay, I'm copying your name to the Word doc. Oh, let me... Omega. Be thinking about what you want to doodle. Want me to doodle for you. Wee. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. No. It's clicking buttons and it shouldn't be. Okay. Next question. Okay, next question. All right. What system of the human body is responsible for healing damage and adapting to new challenges and threats? Go. What system of the human body is responsible for healing damage and adapting to new challenges and threats? Go. It's a system of the human body. Hey, there we go! Timothy the Tooth got the immune system. I'm sure that... I hope you're okay with me calling you Timothy the Tooth, because that's what it looks like. Woot sauce. Okay. Copy. Paste. Alright. Alrighty. Okay, gotta scroll down again. Oh, dagnabbit. The order is different in everyone's chat. That's interesting. That's unsettling to know. God dang it, YouTube. Is nothing sacred. Alright, well, I guess we're not gonna worry about it. Alright, well, number 3. Sushi! Sushi! Hello, Sushi. I hope your night is doing nicely. It's not night for you yet. It's afternoon. Okay, we're in the middle of trivia. Okay. Okay, let's go to the third question. All right, question number 3. Who wrote the book The Phantom Toll Booth? Who wrote the book The Phantom Toll Booth? Go! You gave me a laugh in the middle of my question, Sushi. How dare you? Alright. I'm totally chill with people doing Google Foo. Be sure to ignore the AI. Hey, there we go. Norton Jester. You got it first this one, Mason Long. In my chat, you appear first. Copy. Paste. I guess there's a certain degree of randomization that is going to be enforced by crappy internet. Are you sick? Got a cold? Nah, these allergies. We got Norton Jester. I don't know if it's Norton Jester or Norton Juster. I've only ever read it. I've never heard of this book. It is a portal fantasy. Okay. Alright, so I got Omega Div 6 Im Omega and Timothy the Tooth and Mason Law. Omega. If you have your doodle request, I will set up the Blender file. Hold on. Got the OBS. Okay. Go away. So you can request Rabbit Frog at any time. I don't know if I remember how to draw Rabbit Frog. Holy crap. I don't even remember. There's one bug eye and one tiny eye and... bleh. I could probably draw Wenceslas from memory, though. Yeah, it's mostly froth, isn't it? Can frogs get rabies? No, that's why a rabid frog is special. Okay. Omega DV6YF. If you have responded, I have not seen it, and I would love your doodle request. Let me see. Let me see if this thing's... Yep. Alright. That's set up correctly. I should doodle Wenceslas, though. Wenceslas is a skull on a robot spider. He is Sushi's character from high school. Allergies killing you too? Yeah. It's only kind of bad. Mostly I just have to vacuum. Alright, I'm not seeing Omega. So, oh, there you are. Can you do Calamity, Ichabod, and Hui meeting Tlaylock and Koyoshakti in a tunnel? Ah, that's very interesting. Alright, I don't draw Koyoshakti. Well, I'll give it a whirl. That is very specific. No. That's gonna have to do. Whenever we go out, the people always shout, there goes John Jacob Jingle Hammer Schmidt. Na, 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 na. Oop. I was very oh, no. For some reason. There we go. Why it doesn't default to mine, I have no idea. This is my first drawing happening today, the entire day, because today was a work day. So it's gonna be a little bit warm-uppy. Whoop. Okay, this is going to probably be somewhat... Okay, I gotta bring up a thing. Hold on. I know I have this somewhere. Do I have my playlock reference piece? I don't know if I do. Is it in here? Where are you? Where are you? Could have sworn it was in here. Well, that's a problem. I bet you it's on the other computer. How about here? Are you in here? Are you in here maybe? Reference pieces. It's a cat. Yeah, okay. I do have a reference. Cool beans. I have not 100% finalized what, like, in actual animations, what I would want Tlaylock to look like. So I just kind of have a reference piece for his, like, art installations. So I got one thing. I got one. And whoop. Let's see if I have another reference for the other one, or if it's buried somewhere. Yeah. Nope. 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 Go to Shakti. There you are. Might have to shrink this. It's more like it. All right. Do 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 do. Someone should request Paula because I'm here. Yeah. Sushi, voice actor for Paula. If no one has grasped that one yet. Okay. Doop, doop, doop. I got 3 of these up. I need you over here and you over here. Okay. Alright, and I moved everything so far over. I don't know why. Okay. Stop it. Stop it. Oopsie. You and your weird armor thingy. Boop. Okay. Whoop. I do not draw these two very often. Don't quite have a method down pat. And that's the long and short of it. And I'm not keeping a close eye on Jet. Okay. Definitely. I've not done proper height charts for either of them. So that's not strictly accurate, probably. I'm just gonna go with the classic bolo summer outfit. Been doing the blue outfit for Hui, so I'm just going to do that later. Whoop. Ah. Oh, you are fighting me today. Come on, I've drawn Hui all week. Okay, this is too goofy. Whoopsie. Well, thank you, Sushi. They're quick doodles, man. Gotta be fast. Whoop. That's there, da da da. Do do do. Whoop. Missed. Here's a fun little trick. Whoop. Drat. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? How dare you? I can't cheat! And why isn't this auto-locking? Fine, be that way. Oh, that's why. Fun little Blender fact. Okay. Now let's actually articulate the tunnel, huh? Alright. Alright, well, there's my camera. Lol. Okay. Tunnel! Kora Shakti was drawn very quickly, and I don't have a lot of practice with her. Should do one that takes a little bit more time. And Talayalok's arms looks very withered. But oh well. That's our first doodle. Whee! So let's see. Let's go back to the camera. Whoop. Is that creating an... It is. I'm not animating. We don't need to do that. Alright. Ugh. And I will put these doodles up on ye old Tumblr when I am finished. Alrighty, so let me bring up the next one. Next up is Timothy the Tooth. I'm hoping that you're okay with me pronouncing that way because that's what it looks like. Do you have a doodle request? If you said it while I was doodling, I didn't see barely any of the chat, so you might have to repeat. Alright. Well, that was fun. I get that order right. If I'm guessing. There you are. Alright, I would love you to draw Angela and Corn interacting with each other. Do you have a preference for which corn? Okay. Alright, I'll give it a second to see if you have a corn preference. If not, why are you doing this to me? OBS, how dare you? Quit it. Was that like that the whole time? That's so much corn. I bet you it was like that the whole time. Don't worry, Timothy, I will do something. And they will be up on Tumblr. Alrighty. Alright. OG corn. Cool beans. We can do that. Let's get it started. I don't think I need a reference for these ones. I've drawn them enough. Well, that has no movement whatsoever and is bothering me. Okay. I'm reading chat, but I can't like read chat and also read chat while I'm doodling. I can read chat because I don't have like 3 references up. I was like, how do I draw this character I've only drawn once? Okay. Doot 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 doot. Loop 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 loop. Actually don't like that. How about we do this? How about actually give myself some direction, shall I? What? We're in summer outfits because it's hot out, man. No blobby winter robes. No! I can't aim. Mr. Mexican food is good, does the voice of corn mostly. one has had 3 different voice work artists. And the reasoning being that 2 of them moved. Actually, all 3 of them technically moved, but Mr. Mexican Food is Good has a mic. Whoop. Starry-eyed angel, because that's disturbing and I love it. Alright, and there's that. Got a bunch of bits hanging off. I forgot the earring. That is barely there. Let's actually do some of these. Alright, does this look alright? Yeah. Forgot. Thinking. I can't forget. I don't remember which one it was under. I've been doing it with both. Is it this one? Or is it the other one? I have forgotten. I honest to God have forgotten. Well, it shows what I know. I do need a reference. Yeah, it is the other eye. Alright. This one goes that way. Okay. Alright. No! I pressed a button. I didn't mean to do that. Okay. Oopsie. I didn't mean to do that. Okay. Alright. Gotta move this slightly. Okay. Alright. Woot sauce. Mason Law 3520. Your doodle request. Spoiled for choices? And I will have the doodles up on Tumblr as soon as I am finished. Okie dokie, Smokey. Oh, stop bullying. Okay. Alright, we'll do Amarok and Hui. Getting hatched. This is Hui's idea. Rick! Hello, Rick. How you doing? Honestly, Hui would probably love being in a dress, let's be real. He'd love making it muddy. I'm just gonna do like conventional wedding attire. God dang, what I don't remember what a wedding looks like. How's the project coming along? Flippin' slow. I mean, it's gonna come on real quick after it's unblockaded. I'm gonna have to shrink that. But, it's, currently got a bit of a schedule snag. I like the princessy ones. I think that'll be cute. Big poofy sleeves. Let's do that. I don't know when the veil comes off. I don't know when you get rid of the flowers. We're just gonna do what ifs. Do you think I know what a wedding is? What's a wedding? Alright. I don't reckon who you deserve is happy as far away from Hatfield as quiet as possible. Yeah, probably should. All started with a misunderstanding about a jackalope. What a beginning. Do they just like stand at attention? Okay, that's it. I don't know what I'm doing. Alright, no, I had the right idea. The first time. Alright, let's do this. My brain is short-circuiting because I really have only ever drawn Amarok in one piece of clothing, ever. Well, not technically true, but I don't really. His body type was very different when he was a teenager. Blast it. I'm not drawing that. Okay, let's try this. Okay, I can have a corsage. How about that? Yeah, why not? It makes it look less like what would be the term? Not sure. More frivolous and less business. Not that he doesn't look all business all the time, regardless of corsage. Charles is probably like, well, this might as well happen to me. My life is already weird. Let's make it weirder. He would also be starry-eyed. We're all about starry-eyed today. Big poofy sleeves. Clearly I know more about dresses than menswear. He doesn't have to understand what's going on. He never has. Oops. Alright, that looks fine. Actually, whoops, I forgot. I can't do object. Whee! Stop it. Shall I make Paula the priest? 'Cause that would be hilarious. Yeah, the feather is on the, ear that is obscured. That one I do know. I've actually drawn that one recently. You're gonna be in a big old robe because it's hilarious. Oh yeah, Blender can be pretty laggy. It was on my old computer. It appears to like my new operating system a little better. Actually should be slightly. Oop, I forgot. Gotta do that in edit mode. I got them arch things, right? Butterflies. Yeah. Ah. And confetti. And his ear didn't move. Woot. There's our goofy wedding ceremony. There we go. There we go. Yay! Bleh. Okay, that's 1. And we got 2. And we got 3. You can hang out in there for a spell. Yay! Another successful trivia doodle thingy. Gotta do that every time. Are there any hard parts in drawing in Blender compared to other software? It works so different than other software. Yeah, you read the Phantom Tollbooth. It's a good read. It's a little bit of a young read, but it is a good read. Alright, the goofy bits with Blender is that, like, every line is an object. They're changing how the vector behaves with itself in 5.1. I'm in 5.0 at the moment. So it'll be slightly different when you move to 5.1, but at the moment. Each line is a different object that exists on its own layer. In essence, that can be kind of moved around. It's goofy. Marriage is what brings us together. Alright, I'll goof around with them, and then you can edit them according to the points. These are the vector points that they are. I won't change my work there. You can edit them in different ways. Are you gonna work for me? No, you're not, are you? Okay, fine. I can grab and move them. It'd work a little bit like how Flash did, except for we have more sophisticated tools for moving stuff around. And that's what's particularly different with Flash. With Flash, if the vectors touched, they would all become one object if they shared the same color. Not so with Blender. I wonder where my drag radius is. That's bizarre. Oh well. It's behaving a little kooky. Which means I should probably save these buggers. Aw, well, I'll see you later, Sushi. Thanks for stopping by. It's always fun, and I love voice work sessions with you especially. I think my anniversary for No Evil is summer. So maybe I'll do an extra long trivia next time. Vectors, I gotta love vectors, except easier work with transparency and blending with them. Well, I'm hesitant to mess with this one at the moment because it's giving me some weird business. But you can do a bit of a transparency stuff going that act a bit like rastered. And you can add a texture to the lines in a way that didn't happen in Flash. And I bet you there's like vectors that are a little more sophisticated than Flash in programs other than Blender. Again, I'll go ahead and shout out Sophie Jantek, who does illustrations in Blender and can get those vector pieces to do some wild stuff. Constantly amazed, like goals, man. Granted, if it's a illustration-y, the more illustration-y it is, the chuggier things start to be. What made you go to Blender as opposed to something like Krita? Blender is very robust when it comes to focusing on animation specifically, and it wants to have all of the things, and so you have a lot of options available to you if you are willing to tackle all of those options. Like if you want a 3D object, if you want to be able to move the thing, move things according on lines, it's really nice to make curve lines and set them and move them along those lines. Just all of the animation stuff is really nice, even though it is designed for a 3D program. Krita, well, I love Krita for painting. It's not precisely made with animation in mind 100%. I don't know if you can add sound to Krita at all. I've never tried. You can definitely add sound to Blender. You can actually composite in Blender as well if you so desire. Okay. I don't know. It just does. It's just all an awfully big program that does an awful lot of things, and they work very hard to make sure those things don't break. Alright, what about Toon Boom? Never have I messed with Toon Boom, so I couldn't tell ya. Yeah, it felt like I did a little bit of animation in Krita, like small scale animation with all of the brushes available to you in Krita is pretty nice, but if it starts to get big, it starts to feel a little unwieldy. Yeah, Toon Boom does seem to be expansive. I mean, if you're gonna go in to do stuff, you like to be able to have a program that's stable, and a lot of times purchasing a program means it's going to be stable. At least that used to be the logic. Used to be the logic. Cough, cough, Adobe, cough. Anyway. I love me some experiments. So I like something wacky like Blender. I am just the sort of weirdo for Blender. Slowly puts a certain flag with a skull on. Yeah, alright. You gotta be a little more careful if you're making money off of this stuff. I'm hanging out. I'm hanging out and I'm doing stuff. And I don't know what the deal is with my... Oh, yeah, okay, it is on F. That's weird. My monitor is weird. Everybody is so concerned that you're not making it to your job, Timothy. We promote prudence and not getting in trouble. I don't know anything about OpenTunes. That was the other one that I did. That was a free... Well, like, how it is now. Because I tried it when it first came out. And, it didn't play nice with my computer. Which was sad because, like, when I got it to work, it looked pretty cool. And then it wouldn't save anything, and I was sad. But that was, like, years and years ago. It might be better now. I think Crown Prince did a little tutorial on another 2D animation program that is free and available. And it has some goofy hoops to jump through. Like I said, it might be alright now. Because when I first tried it was like... probably, I don't know, 8 years ago or something. How big do the file sizes end up being for your animations? Pretty beefy. Let me grab... Oh, I'm in the wrong files. Let's see. Let's have a look at a closer one. To be done. One section, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One section of animation, a file is 200 megabytes. This one is 300, but it's a little longer. This one is 60 megabytes, and it's a little shorter. So, it all varies. And I do them in sections like I used to do in Flash, because otherwise... it gets a little difficult to handle, and I bet you there's a way to do it with scenes, but I'm taking my old habits from Adobe Flash that didn't that forced me to max out at about 30 seconds. Not because it would stop working, but because the audio would desync at about that point, and I was like, nothing's reliable at that point. Now I've lost my spot. Okay. Oh yeah, that really was the last question. Okay, cool. It is Hui in a wedding dress. That was the request. Alright. How about lightning round for our last, like, 10 minutes? I think we would all download a car. Those commercials were so silly. Okay, I was wondering, are some of the main character spirits going to appear in any other projects? Brother Swan Timeline or Swingers? Swingers would have been a very different, like, universe. Like, in Brother Swan, it might have happened. But again, I've kind of put a stop to Brother Swan because I can't do two at the same time. And I've lost all my notes, unfortunately. Not that they made much sense. They were partially written by a high schooler. How do you keep your notes organized for this project? Large Excel file. I got an Excel sheet for timeline. I used to use a sketchbook with like a little timeline drawn in, but it's been tidier just to use it like an Excel. It's not Excel, it's the Band-Aid brand version of Excel. And then just kind of write it forward in scripts. Have a master Word doc file. I'm like, oh, okay, this one looks good. This script can be next, yada, 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 so on and so forth. Alright, how you keep it on? Okay, Excel sheet. Is the clothing you put on your characters inspired by any of the real life ones? Yeah, a lot of time. Like, I got a book at the library. It's like 1800s fashion thing that's fun to look at. And there's some retro stuff. Retro, she says, like antique costuming pieces that are also at the library. Just go find clothing there. You can look at old clothing at the library a lot of times, and then I just kind of mix and mash it, because sometimes something that was not originally with a piece looks really cool with another piece that happened to exist at the same time but in a very different location. And what if they knew each other? This hat would go great with these pants if they knew about them. Is there any storyline you had to cut from Naive? I don't know if cut is exactly the term, other than the fact that I will have like a little storyline in the wings as a potentiality. I'm like, okay, this could go and take the story a place that I want it to go, if I could slot it in somewhere. Like, that's kind of how I have it. I have a bunch of pieces that I know I can plug in if the situation arises, and I just have them there as pieces. They might not happen if I can't slot them in. Characters, that's usually just with characters, though. I'm like, this is a character, he has a backstory. I wonder where it'll go. Who knows? It'd be neat if he could exist. Would Charles get along with the boys from South Park? Heck if I know. Probably not. Charles doesn't get along with many people. I haven't seen an awful lot of South Park. I know it mostly through memeing. Who in the 1800s wearing a dress made of leaves? Nobody. That's part of the mix and match. Retro. 200 BC. Yeah, that's about it. That's about right. That's about my terminology. There's a lot of human characters based on actual guys. IRL. Yes, there are. Oh, come on. Stop it. Okay. My computer. Okay, there are them. Is Clark based on William Clark? Yeah. Part of it, yeah. Part of it. Everybody's kinda can be more than one thing. How old was Amarok when he took in Charles? About 16. I think that's what I got on my timeline. Roughly 16. In our numbers. Will we get to meet the Great Axe soon? Kind of. No more spoilers. 3 bar, 1 dot. That is correct. 3 bar, 1 dot. He's 15 plus 1. 5, 5, 5, 1. What's your favorite spoiler? Fungus. Alright, wow. Amarok really had a lot of pressure on him at such a young age. No wonder he was so done with that. We'll go IBS. Yep, absolutely. I should answer my numbers exclusively. Oh, wouldn't that be fun? Wouldn't that make me a pain in the butt? Kitty is mostly familiar with bar and banner math. I don't think the other one made it that far over. What's your favorite fungus? Yeast. I like bread. I don't know. Morels are kind of cool looking. It is the normal math. Ooh, there's math stuff. And I'm excited about it. Even though I hate and am bad at math. Have you since figured out the best rules of with Lock Knock Way? I've checked your links on it, but some of them are... Oh, did they break? The links break? Well, the 2 sets of rules were the ones denoted in that with Lock Knock Way video. I'll have to maybe hunt down the rules again or make a more permanent one. Like, maybe I'll make a Tumblr post with the with Lock Knock Way rules just copy pasted. If the links are dead. See if I can't find them. Would Hui inadvertently invent a new mathematic theory? Yeah, probably. That's as likely as not to be the case. So, what scale of scouts would the rest of the main cast be if Rip is the moon? Okay, that is a very good question. I expect Kitty would be Mars. That one's obvious. Angel is Saturn, I guess. Kinda, that's the closest one. I don't know if I have much one-to-one because Calamity, personality-wise, is similar to Uranus, but, like, she's got water powers, like Neptune. This question is too hard. Okay. No evil march. Simple wayboard, maybe. Want to look into that one more because it is an existing game. Someone wanted to work on creating an independent Telepedia wiki for No Evil. Would you want them to reach out to you at all? If so, where would it be best? I mean, you can always ask questions on Tumblr if I get to them, but, like, if you want to wait for me to answer things, you might be waiting a while. And it's not something that I would care about if you didn't bother asking me anything. I'm like, I'm cool with that. I'm just very busy a lot of the times and have to prioritize certain things. Like organizing and asking people to help me with the episode. Alright. Okay. If the spirits went to McDonald's, what would be their typical orders? Ugh, I don't know what McDonald's makes. Who would like chicken nuggets? Probably. What would happen is Hui would order a bunch of chicken nuggets and then give them to his friends. And his friends would be like, what are these? Oh no. I hear an upset kit. $43 chicken nuggets. Yes. Kitty, what is that meme? Order a small coffee and leave. The McDonald's meme. I've seen the McDonald's meme. Hate to break it to you, but lightning round be over. What? I've lost all of my programs. Anyway, thank you all so much for joining me. I am going to be uploading the doodles to the Tumblr. And thank you for asking for such goofy ones and fun ones. I love a fun, goofy doodle. So. Aw, thunder round. So I will be seeing you guys later. Keep an eye on the Tumblr. I'm going to rebuild my website eventually. And I'll be back with news very soon. Thanks so much.